Greetings, my friends. Hope this day finds you safe, healthy, and happy and thriving in whatever you're doing. Just living your best life wherever you are, whatever you're up to, whatever your endeavor, you're just enjoying it, having a good time. If you're not enjoying it, find something else to do. But absolutely know that we're here to enjoy life. We're here. That's the purpose is to live in joy. And I hope that's what you're doing this day. This is the New Thought Media Network. I'm Ken Ludwig, and you are watching Vibrant Living. And we start every Vibrant Living show off with a reading from our good friend, Dr. Holmes. We open the book without any predisposition as to where. And the only problem I have today is I don't have my reading light here, so I can't really see what I'm going to read for you. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to change my lighting for my show just enough to read. Consciously, I draw upon the life that is mine. I know that the fullness of life, which is divine in its origin, eternal in its presence, and forever available, is mine. The life of the eternal spirit is my life. The infinite riches of its being are mine to enjoy. The vitality, the wisdom, and the peace of God are mine. I accept them in fullness, in joy, and in peace. In joy. I love it when a plan comes together, right? Remember that from the A-Team? Anybody old enough to remember that? That's George Papard's character used to say that all the time. I'm going to read this one again because it's really resonates with me. I hope it resonates with you. Consciously, I draw upon the life that is mine. I know that the fullness of life, which is divine in its origin, eternal in its presence, and forever available, is mine. The life of the eternal spirit is my life. The infinite riches of its being are mine to enjoy. The vitality, the wisdom, and the peace of God are mine. I accept them in fullness, in joy, and in peace. Wow. The life of the eternal spirit is my life. The infinite riches of its being are mine to enjoy. The vitality, the wisdom, and the peace of God are mine. I accept them in fullness, in joy, and in peace. The life of the eternal spirit is my life. That's it in a nutshell, folks. Excuse me while I scratch my back. That's it in a nutshell. The riches of life. I closed the book, so I can't even read it again. I'm sure you're heartbroken that I can't read it a fourth time. But there's that affirmation that Holmes has in there that I've heard many, many times. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. In my meditations recently, I've been really trying to embrace that idea that I am the divine incarnate, that I am God in form, that everything that is, everything that ever was, everything that ever will be is simply the divine expressing itself in its creation. And as such, the science of mind teaches us that as an emanation of the divine, as an individuation is the word I like to use of the divine, we are endowed with the attributes of the divine, not in the totality, not in the macro, if you will, but in the micro. It's like I always love the oceanic example. We are not a drop in the ocean. We are the ocean in every drop. We are not an individuation of, we are not just an individuation of God. We are God in every individuation. And as such, we have the ability to say, as Holmes says, my thought is God's thought, and it is the law unto that thing whereunto it is spoken, which gives us the idea that we can create our lives in however manner we wish to create them, with whatever it is we wish to have be our reality, simply by being clear as a bell with no doubt. There can be no uncertainty. My thought is God thought, and it is the law unto that thing whereunto it is spoken. If God is for me, who can be against me? It's like, wow, I'm just like a fountain of Holmes quotes today. Me plus God is a majority. Everything for my happiness, everything I desire and require that I want in whatever quantities, whatever volume, enough and to spare, to have and to share. Whatever I want in this world is mine if I simply have, as we talked about last week, faith, and then have faith in my faith. Not only do I know and understand and believe what the divine presence is in, around, and through me, and what I am capable of doing, knowing that that divine presence is in, around, and through me, what I can actually communicate to the quantum field, that is what I desire and what I want and what will come to me. As soon as I have faith in that, and then have faith in that faith, again, with no doubts, no uncertainties, all very, very, very clear, that I then manifest the life I want. I find, let me have a swig. I find in my work, in my prayer work, and in my meditation, that I truly believe what I just said. I truly believe that I am an individuation of the divine, that I am not just an individuation of God, but I am God in individuation. And that I have the ability to create whatever it is I choose to create, because I have that creative quality in micro of the God consciousness. Now, I believe that to my very core. The issue, our challenge comes, my challenge comes in, do I have infinite faith in that belief? Do I have infinite faith, without doubt, without uncertainty, without question, that that is not only how it works, that is how it works for me? How often? 100% of the time. I think that that is simply the most important piece of the creative process. Otherwise, I said, I mentioned in the description of the show, wishful thinking. What is wishful thinking? Well, wishful thinking is wanting to have this incredible life, or wanting to continue the life I have, or whatever it is that my desire is, absolutely knowing that this is what I wish to create, but doing none of the work. Then it's just wishful thinking. And the work is in having the faith and the belief. That to me that's my challenge every single day in my meditation and prayer work. It's just what I work on every day. I am so hell-bent these days on making clear in my mind, as Holmes says, the work of the practitioner is all done in the mind of the practitioner, making clear in my mind that I am an individuation of that one, that I am that in form. I am the thing itself in form. And if you don't get the reference, the thing itself is, I think, the very first introductory chapter in the Science of Mind, in what we call the textbook. The thing itself, what it does, how it works, and how we use it are the 4 introductory chapters in the Science of Mind. Now, the first 35 pages of the Science of Mind textbook, if you read those first 35 pages once a year, you will literally know all you need to know about the science of mind. Holmes spends the next 625 or whatever pages explaining what he said in those first 35. Five milligrams of CBD in my CBD coffee, along with some chaga mushroom for your health. I love this coffee. It's an afternoon delight, brought to you by HempWorks, the sponsor of our show. Great coffee. It's just a great thing to have around. If you need some, find me, or just go to hempworks.com/Ken Ludwig and you'll find it right there. In fact, I never put this up during the show, but I think I'll just do that right now. Of course, I'm on the right page here, but everything is moved. I hate it when they move my cheese, man. There you go. Hempworks.com/Ken Ludwig. That's where you find that coffee. You also find the other products that I will talk about later, the CBD and the mantra essential oils. But I love this coffee. It's a great afternoon pick-me-up. The CBD has such, healing properties for your entire body. Look up chaga mushroom, and you'll see all the benefits of it. Really, truly extraordinary benefits of chaga mushroom. And And it's like, it doesn't keep me awake at night. That's the interesting thing, even with a blend of 50-50 caffeine to decaf in the beans that I mix with it. Doesn't keep me awake. But it does give me a nice pick-me-up while I do it, which is very cool. So yeah, so that's that piece. Then I had this morning's reading in, wow, where is it? There it is. No, I got a little sticky note on there. That's why you can't see it. Science Mind 365. Also, as I mentioned before, I've read it every morning with my meditation for years and years and years, and then just flat out stopped for several years because it started to get to a point where I felt like I knew every word on every page. So once again, I'm going to have to change my lighting here so that I can read this. Today is the 9th, and the heading for this is love. There is no fear in love, but perfect love casteth out fear, for God is love. That's from the Gospel of John. There is no fear in love, and there is no liberation from fear without love. Fear is always based on the supposition that we are unprotected, rejected, friendless. If the fearful mind would entertain love and the harmony and peace that go with it, it must turn from everything that denies this love and trusting in divine guidance upon its being to the influx of love, open to its being to the influx of love. I'm sorry. Let's just go back and read that sentence again because it's an important sentence. If the fearful mind would entertain love and the harmony and peace that go with it, it must turn from everything that denies this love and trusting in divine guidance, open its being to the influx of love. Not just love of God, but love of everything. For love is an all-inclusive conception. Love is an all-inclusive conception. I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Today, divine love and infinite tenderness sustain me. In order that I shall not separate myself from this love, I endeavor to see it reflected in everyone and everything. I shall permit only that which is loving, kind, and true to find entrance in or to exit from my consciousness. Thus shall I be assured that I am bathed in the warm glow of that love that casteth out all fear. Then a quote from the Science of Mind textbook. Love is the self-givingness of the spirit through the desire of life to express itself in terms of creation. I always love that thought. Love is the self-givingness of the spirit through the desire of life to express itself in terms of creation. God is expressing itself and literally having fun. It's the self-givingness of the spirit. Self-givingness is the spirit of the desire of life, spirit and life giving to itself its creation, which is us. What more at this point in time, what more needs to be said about love? I mean, the old expression is the answer is always love, doesn't matter what the question is. Excuse me. I think right now we are living in a time where we absolutely need to be mindful of that love, that idea that Holmes expresses there in that reading, that the nothing shall go into or exit from my consciousness that is unloving. That is, man, you want a challenge? Take that one on. Take that one on and do a catch and correct with yourself. Every time you have an unloving thought coming in or going out, every single time, catch yourself and say, you know what? I'm really, really kind of being focused on the idea of being vigilant around only loving thoughts coming in and exiting from my consciousness. So I will do better next time. Don't beat yourself up. Just catch and correct. I had a conversation earlier today with a good friend. We were discussing the idea of the hurts that we all inflict upon each other, and how some people are maybe even prone to inflicting those hurts, either consciously or unconsciously. Some people need to inflict those hurts. We won't go there. They need to inflict those hurts to feel good about themselves because they have such low self-esteem, because they feel so badly about themselves. In some cases, because they despise or hate themselves. Or in some cases, because they are a malignant narcissist and have absolutely no clue whatsoever that they're even capable of hurting anyone else, because it's only and always about them. And then the guilt that comes from that, especially if you're someone who has decided that idea that you really only want, whether you've consciously said it this way, you only want loving thoughts to come into or to exit from your consciousness. If that's what your concept of yourself is, and you do something unloving, then there's the guilt and the frustration and the shame of having done something that is outside of the context of what you claim to be or who you claim to be in this world. That is not loving to you. That is not loving to yourself. And first and foremost, you cannot love, you cannot have compassion, you cannot forgive anyone, for anyone or to anyone. You cannot have those God qualities, if you will, unless you have those same qualities for yourself. You absolutely have to feel that way about you. You have to have a loving kindness and compassion, forgiveness and trust and truth and love and beauty towards yourself, first and foremost. Or no matter what you do in the world, if you try to forgive anyone or you try to be forgiving of yourself or them, if you don't do it to yourself first, you're done. You can't really accomplish it because it's only half-assed. By the way, you guys, I can see you're out there. I can see that you are watching. I can see even where you're watching from, but I have no idea if you can comment on the particular platform you're watching on or not. But if you can, please make a comment, ask a question, tell me something you'd like to hear about, and I'll be glad to address that. Lost my train of thought there for a second here. Where am I? Didn't put my bookmark back in my book. Oh my God. The other piece of that loving thing is I have become incredibly fond of the concept of Ho'oponopono, and I do not pretend to be any kind of an expert in it. I know the basics of Ho'oponopono, and for those of you who don't know, Ho'oponopono is a Hawaiian tradition, and it takes different forms. I only learned one form, and it's I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. Those 4 little sentences. I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. And I have found myself early this morning, I had a consciousness of someone who I, without any question or doubt, I physically harmed over 50 years ago. Over 50 years ago. It was a one-time occasion. Saw this person the once, never saw them again in my life. But I had this thing this morning in my meditation, that I absolutely hurt this person. And I did, I don't know how many recitations, maybe 4, maybe 5 of, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. And I said that from my heart, and I put it out there to that person, wherever that person may be. I just put that consciousness out there. Now, there's 2 things that happen. Of course, whenever you do any kind of forgiveness work, of course, you put that into the consciousness that you are expressing forgiveness to that situation, but also you get a feeling of gratitude that you have forgiven what you did to this person. You can forgive them in consciousness because they're not, I'll never see this person ever again. I haven't seen them in 50 years. I'll never see them again. I'll never be able to apologize face to face or ask forgiveness, but the forgiveness comes from the consciousness at this juncture. But then there's also the forgiveness of myself, and do a Ho'oponopono, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you, to me. I get immense satisfaction out of using the tradition of Ho'oponopono. It makes sense to me. It works for me. It makes me feel that release that you feel when forgiveness is part of your life. So that in some instances you find yourself, just like any other practice, you find yourself instantaneously being forgiving in all situations, whether it is a slight to, from, or around you, or even witnessing a slight of someone else or a harmful situation. You can mitigate the feeling with the Ho'oponopono. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. The other thing is I try not to be political, and our purpose here on New Thought Media Network is not to be particularly political, but I do want to make a mention of something this week. Some amazing things happened that I think are really, really important to the consciousness of this country, maybe to the consciousness of the world, as we have a group of people in this country who are hell-bent on controlling the private lives and the of individuals, and in particular, the health of women in this country, for strictly, I'm just going to say religious reasons. I think they're people who are in this realm are zealots. I think they are fanatical. I think they are fundamentalists, and fundamentalism in every way, shape, and form is regressive. It is not productive. It is not progress in any way. It is always, it is a tool of the oppressor. And this week we had in some very public demonstrations politically on this past Tuesday, 2 days ago was election day, and in several different parts of the country. And there were resounding victories for those who are determined to regain a woman's ability to choose what she does with her own physical body, with her own health. I just want to say thank you to all those people who lifted the consciousness into giving back the choice that women were born with. This is not a government thing. Government doesn't have the right to dictate what you can and cannot do in the realm of legitimate healthcare. I'm not talking about emergencies. I'm not talking about COVID. You know, people come up with the whole thing of, well, they made us get shots and blah, 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 just blah, 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 blah. The issue of choice, what is known as pro-choice, and I hate the other side's description of themselves as pro anything. They are simply anti-choice. It is a God-given right to be able to choose what you do with your body in the realm of healthcare. And I praise all those people who took that control, that fascist MO away from the powers that be and gave it back to women, gave them the choice back to women. All right, way more political than I'm supposed to be or should be on this particular venue, but that's who I am and that's how I roll. And that's all I got for you today. I put up earlier, the HempWorks is the sponsor of this show. HempWorks is the that company under the umbrella of My Daily Choice, where you will find the most amazing CBD. Can I get that right in front of the camera? I just don't always twisting things the wrong friggin' way. There you go. The best CBD in the world, just simply the best, the cleanest, the purest, the highest potency CBD. It's all about how it's processed, third-party verified, every single drop from seed to oil is followed all the way through. And also in HempWorks, as I mentioned earlier, is my hemp infused coffee that I love, my CBD infused coffee, 5 milligrams of CBD in every cup. And then also, I just want you to remember this. This is, a lot of people use essential oils. Essential oils are something, it's to me, they kind of fall in the category of like acupuncture. Acupuncture is something that has been used for millennia. And the reason is not because it sucks, because it works. And essential oils fall in that same category. And I have two of them here. I have the pure scent of just lavender, which of course everyone knows is just relaxing. You want to sleep well. You want to just feel relaxed. A little bit of lavender on your wrists or under your nose, just heavenly, man. This one is called, this is a combination oil. This is called Breathe. And Breathe, I have used for seasonal allergies. I've used it for colds. I used it when one of the times when I had COVID. It just helps to clear the sinuses and helps you to breathe. So yeah, so just great, 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 great products. You can go to mydailychoice.com. There you go at the bottom / Ken Ludwig. Also, that'll take you to my page where you will see 24 brands of some of the greatest trending products on the planet. You will find them at literally extraordinary prices for an affiliate marketing organization, and might be something you might even be interested in working on yourself. I don't know the answer to that. The Don't ever forget that New Thought Media Network is a nonprofit organization, and we live and breathe by virtue of your generosity. So if you would go to newthoughtmedia.org, and there it is. Boy, I thought I lost my thing there. Newthoughtmedia.org, ntmedia.org. Click on donate. And again, we'll be just immensely grateful for anything and everything that you have, that you deign to give us. Well, that's what happened there. Somebody put something in between us. Let's, you know what? Let's just. There we go. I'm sorry. I'm doing crazy stuff here that you're not interested in. But if you want to find me, my beloved Lisa, you can go to Facebook, and Vibrant Aging is the sister Facebook page that goes along here with Vibrant Living. You can also find me at an email at teamrockitnow@gmail.com. And that's pretty much what I got for you today, folks. As always, I am immensely grateful for the great gift of your time and your attention. I wish you all the love and all the blessings the universe has to offer. I hope you will visit me every single Thursday right here, 2:00 Mountain Time, 4:00 Eastern Time, for another edition of Vibrant Living. And until then, my friends, namaste. And I hit the wrong button.